testing social capital. Today, if you were to send a text to the guests in your phone book, tell them you are sick. How many of them will take a phone and call you? I know majority of us will get QR. They'll not even have the energy to write it. Quick recovery. QR. How many will pick a phone and like, hey, hi, how are you? So what does it mean in terms of testing social capital? I know when you are here, especially at the top, people look for you. And especially the guys who deal with Waindi. The moment you are top there, you have so many. I think there's a way they build some network. I know Nani, who knows Nani. The day you lose that title, okay, pick a simu, they don't pick. I would ask, are there certain times your social capital has been tested? And testing means, now you are out of that office. Today they'll call you because they know, and this is Kenya. Most of our social capital are transactional. There's no doubt about that. Because Katherine, I'll actually have you on my phone book because I know very well I'll get some business from you one day. Are there those social capital, real one, where I have nothing to offer? I'm now jobless. I can call you and you pick like Isaiah, pass by my office, just let's have a chat. And I tell you I'm jobless, I'm looking for a job. I tell you, I'm looking for a job, I don't have a job, can I come to St. Amri and just we have a chat? No, Isaiah, I'm busy. Have our social capital been tested? Because there's a difference between contacts and social capital. So if at this level you have a title and you can call them, those are contacts. But social capital is when you have nothing to offer. Unfortunately in Kenya, social capital is transactional unless someone here can test. And that's why Bitang Wendemo says, even this guy here, Moses Kure talked about it the other day. So is it, the real social capital is not when you have a title. When you don't have a title, you're on the street, they see you walking and your shoes are dusty, you call them and like, oh, I just wanted to say hi. Oh, sorry, I'm in the meeting, can I call you back? And they don't call back. Have your social capital been tested?
I think you called it transactional, and I want to refuse. Social capital is not transactional. It can begin transactional. So like I've met you guys because I'm here. But if I get closer, we somehow we interact and we exchange numbers and I invest in the relationship, then it goes into a relationship. So even when, him or me get out of our own organizations, we should be able to stay in touch. For example, I've left all this, I served, and by the way, I think that's something I didn't mention about social capital. You've got to be ready to give without expectation of getting. I served in those organizations for 15 years. There's no pay. There's no pay for all that work that we did. So you've got to also learn to give. When people, there was a gentleman who was shot, I went there, you go to their funerals, you go to their birthday parties. When I left, which is 2023, today I can call any one of them and I know that they will have my back or they'll open the door. They even tell me, Flora, what do you need now that you're out there? So I think it's really ensuring that you make your transactional relation relational. Go over and beyond. And I want to correct you about the Muhindi where you said they are very transactional. Actually, they are the ones who are the most relational. You meet a Muhindi within no time, he will be telling you to let's do a koroka. He'll be inviting you to this, that, let's go and play golf if you play golf. They are the ones who really say, let's have a meal before we do business. I think we are the ones who are more transactional than they are. And secondly, look at who grew me up in my journey. It was them. Completely giving 100%. I started a program when I was in KM called Kenya Association. We called it Women in Manufacturing because we really didn't find enough. And I said, let's bring out the women because women manufacture. Either you're making, soap, you're selling things. Women always do something. Go back to even our shows. They're always doing something, but we've never looked at it like manufacturing. So we started this program. Let me tell you, we would have a dinner. I go around, like you're saying, and ask them for either sponsor tables or give me gifts. Women used to walk around out, and I think I can see some of them here, with 2 full paper bags of things given by these guys. So the support is there. But again, what did you invest? How much time did you give it? Or did you give them?
On testing the social capital, I think you should invest in you cannot pour from an empty cup or an empty jug. So you cannot be the person who is to be helped. You must appear as the person who will help. And you have the insights to help. Someone may have money, but you have the means of doing it. And they know they can rely on you to get things done, but never call on it. And never call on that thing unnecessarily. Don't request for the favor or anything unnecessarily. Just wait for it at the right time. You may call a favor that is not required. So don't test the social capital. My approach.
Has my social capital been tested? Oh, many times. When I left AIG, I didn't want to go back into employment for about 2 years. And I said, I'll take a sabbatical. And I called somewhere, and I was calling like people like these ones, the CEOs. And I said, oh, can I speak to so-and-so? And I said, yeah. And I was told, where are you calling from? And I was like, who asks such a damn question? I mean, what do you mean, where am I calling from? Because I had been in, senior positions for a long time. Nobody asked these guys where they are calling from, They have a PA, an EA, how many EAs, and, do you have, they have already answered those questions. So you're just picking the phone to speak to the person. Nobody, they've never had those questions being asked. And I was like, wait a minute. Who am I? And that is when my quest for personal growth and self-awareness really deepened. And I really wanted to define myself, not necessarily by my title, but I wanted to define myself by the impact that I create, the relationships the value that I give. That's what I wanted to define myself. And why am I saying this and social capital is because then I realized actually, even the person I was speaking to, they were willing to, I said, of course, it's Katherine, stop keeping her through, on the phone and everything. It made me realize that I had built social capital. And that's why I really wanted to demonstrate that even, bringing John Maxwell to Kenya required me to tap into my social capital and test my social capital. This is actually probably the biggest test of my social capital. Who will pick up the phone and say, oh yeah, I'm fundraising. Nobody wants to talk to me probably. But I know that there are people out there who are willing to support me in my journey because I related with them not from a transaction perspective, as they said, but from a relationship perspective. I care. I'm not pretending. We are not pretending for each other, and trust has been built between us. So really, that's what I wanted to say.